All right. Okay. I'm so sorry that I had technical difficulties, but my computer loves to be super slow for me. So for some of the directors that are on this call, y'all might, you're on, if you can make sure that you're muted. There we go. There we go. Sorry. If you're a director, this is not going to be new to you because we all preach this to our teams. But our superstar director had her team meeting and did it on just the basics, going over the 3 legs of success. And I thought that was a phenomenal thing to do, especially with so many new people. So I wanted to just go over this, and I should have asked y'all if anybody knew what the 3 legs of success was before I went live with this, but before I showed you my screen. But if you're a seasoned consultant, you should know what this is. If you're new, this is just something that our upline SSDs, Chloe Cox and Justin Cox, came up with. And it's kind of what we base our business around because this is how we are successful with it. That's why we call it the 3 legs of success. And the 3 legs are sales, which is your PRV, sponsoring, and then coaching. And yes, they do go in that order. And then the top seat of the stool, which was added later, is self-care. And we'll talk about that last. Oh, you're fine, Allie. It's okay. The very first leg in the stool is PRV. It is the most important because if you don't have your PRV, if you don't have your sales squared away for the month, then you are really in no position to help your team. And even if you don't have, even if you don't have a team under you, if you don't have PRV, that you don't have a paycheck, period. That's what we get paid off of the most. That is where our limitless, no ceiling income disclosure will be linked on this video. That's where that comes from. It's from your PRV. And these are just various ways. Also, if you want a copy of this, if you don't have a copy of this, it is listed in Empowering Sense Team Drive, which is listed under the announcements. And then it's also listed, I feel like it's in Legacy Leaders too, but it's also listed under Nikki's Team Drive. And I know Mindy has it on her team page. I feel like Emily and Carly have it on their team pages too. Like all of the directors you guys should know what this is. And they should all have this image. But if you don't have it for some reason, those are some places that you can look for it. For sales, I'm brain farting like so bad right now. Like just pregnancy brain is kicking my ass right now.
Okay.
I know you're right here.
I'm sure I understand.
You want to come sit next to me?
Yeah, okay.
People just see your arm.
Oh,
So sales for PRV. While I'm going over these, feel free to, if you have any other ideas for PRV, put them in the chat. I already have some in the back of my head too. But like, for example, bag parties. If you don't know what a bag party is, super, super easy type of party. It is where you put all the things in a bag for someone and you can mail it to them, drop it off to them with order forms. They return it to you with all the orders and you put everything in. That's it. It's like, there's no work for you on your end. There's no presenting like at a home party. Home parties though will always be my jam. My favorite open house style is my absolute favorite. Because when people come to home parties, they come to shop. It's the same thing like an event, coming to a vendor event. People come to shop. Customer follow-ups. If you don't have a follow-up system, we have lots of those listed in our team drive, on everybody's team drives. Mine, Nikki, we have different ones from different leaders. Find one that works for you. The one that works for a lot of people, that is probably the easiest because it tells you what to do every morning, is the Amy app. And if you're new, you get a free trial with it, and it is phenomenal. It literally syncs with your workstation and tells you when to follow up with people, what to say. It does everything for you. You literally just click buttons. It is amazing, and it is worth it to pay for the pro version of it after your trial, and it's a tax write-off. Sensi Club is definitely something that everyone should be focusing on right now. If you have paid any attention to the news tab recently on what they're doing in other regions. Focus on Scentsy Club, Scentsy Club, Scentsy Club, Scentsy Club. Focus on Scentsy Club, because that is, I always mess up the word. What am I going to say? It's like perpetual income every single month,
It's
or every
guaranteed.
other month, or every quarter, however they set it up. But it's PRV that you don't have to worry about every single month.
Yep, automatic income.
So focus on just building one new club subscriber every month. Build your club subscribers, treat them like gold, love on them hard, because imagine having your 500 just in Scentsy Club and not having to worry about your 500 every month. Everything else just being icing on top. Imagine getting your Scentsy Club to 1,000 every month, 2,000, 3,000. If you're somebody who maybe doesn't like to party and you're always looking for other ways, that this is another big way to get PRV, is through Scentsy Club. So speaking of other ways, specials and LTOs, we used to tell you guys all the time not to rely on LTOs. At least right now, we have had a special damn near every week. It's been amazing. I love that home office has been doing this for us, because it's not something that they have to do. They don't have to give us specials. Back when I first joined, we literally got the catalog and that was it. And if it wasn't in the catalog, like that was, we just had the catalog to sell the whole time. And so the fact that they give us LTOs basically every week now is like icing, and it is like sprinkles on top of the sundae.
Sprinkles are for winners.
Sprinkles are for winners. But your specials and your LTOs, those are things that you should be sampling, at least the sense of. If you are able to purchase them in advance to be able to market them to your customers, we always try to share real life pictures of things, even if they're LTOs. So we try really hard. Home office has been stepping up their game with the marketing department, with videos, especially of our licensed stuff. It's been amazing. And then the whiff box. The whiff box is something that if you can't invest in anything every single month, I would say the whiff box, because one, people aren't going to try products that you aren't trying. And the whiff box, I always tell my customers, that is the best way to try products that you maybe wouldn't even think to try, scents that you wouldn't even think to try. And you might find a new favorite. And plus, that's when you can gear those people to Scentsy Club as well. Some other really awesome ideas for PRV that aren't listed on here, I'm going to go with mystery bags. My customers live for mystery bags. They live for them. They live for a personal special. As long as you keep it to one-on-one communication, you're good. If it is not what corporate pricing is on the website, you can't advertise it publicly, and that includes your personal like VIP groups that you think are private. You have to say those things one-on-one. So through email, text, Facebook message, things like that. What do I do for mystery bags? My customers personally do not like a set price, like a $20 or $30 or $10 even. My customers very much respond to name your own price. I love being able to tell them, name your price and I will put together something for you. And something that they have grown to know that I don't even have to advertise to them even one-on-one, is that if they say they want a $20 mystery bag, they're probably going to get $30 to $40 worth of stuff, just because the stuff that I'm putting in there is stuff that I got with rewards. So I'm not even coming out of pocket for that. Yes, and then the bundles too, like I shared today, I know that you guys love those bundles. You went nuts with the candy apple waxes, and this one is what is it? It's peppermint mocha and hug in a mug, or peppermint dreams, or whatever. It's peppermint something. It's peppermint something. But I'm super excited to see the cute way that you guys package these up. And I know Carly's really good at that. Perfect peppermint. Thank you, Amy. Yes. But yeah, my customers, they just love name your own price. If you haven't tried name your own price, I very much suggest that. And then the last thing for sales that I feel like is not talked about enough is warmer and scent of the month subscription. That is something that is offered only to consultants, and you get PRV for it. It is where we get the next month's scent and warmer of the month, which you can opt for just the scent or just the scent and the warmer. Just the scent is $35 a month. And they're changing what comes in it, but you get a bunch of bars, you get all the things you need for mail outs, to make samples, to advertise things. It's a tax write-off. It's $35, and you get it literally the month before it is available, so that you have time to take pictures, mark it, go live with it, make samples, whatever you need to do to have it in your customers' hands by the time it is available, by the time it's available on the 1st. That's always my goal, to get my scent of the month mail out before the 1st, because I want my customers to feel like that's a perk of being my customer, that they get to smell it beforehand too. But that's something that you get PRV for every single month, which is great because we get paid back on our PRV. That's one of the perks of being a consultant, right? Is that we get paid back on our own purchases, on our own investments. The second leg of success is sponsoring. You guys know, last month we had phenomenal training from some amazing directors on sponsoring. I am not going to sit here and BS you and tell you that I know all the things about sponsoring, but
I do.
it really is just something
Just kidding.
that you have to just be consistent with and to not give up on. And I know that sometimes you guys don't like it when I tell you just keep going, keep going, keep going.
Just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming. But you definitely want to make sure that you're just being consistent with your sharing, and not just sharing your paycheck. Yes, we want to share our paycheck to show people that yes, they can make real money with this. And again, the income disclosure will be posted with this video, but also like just sharing the Scentsy lifestyle, like how if you spray your bed every day, share that. I know Shonda is amazing at that. Spray your curtains, spray your dog bed. Use our products, use the pet products on your pets, change your wax, go live in your stories, show people how you are using the products. That I know doesn't sound like that has anything to do with sponsoring, but people are going to join who they know take this seriously. If you think someone's going to join you just because you went to high school with them or you were best friends with them in 3rd grade, they're not going to join you because of that. They're not. They're going to join the people who they know are going to help them succeed in this, because we want people on our teams that are like the go-getters, the people who they want to make something big out of this. Do we want hobbyists on our teams too? Absolutely. Do I want people on my team who they're just in it to save money because they're obsessed with Scentsy? Absolutely. But just the more that you're sharing how Scentsy affects your life, the friendships that you've made, when you get team email, and when you get happy mail from your director, from your sponsor, from your star director, your superstar director, and you're sharing those things, we don't care if you guys tag us in those. We want you to share that stuff on your personal pages so that people can see that this is the kind of recognition that our team does. This is what we do, because I know you want to say something. Because some people, I know for a fact, I won't call anyone out, but there are people in this group right now that the only positive recognition they get in their life is from this group. They don't get recognition like that at their 9-to-5 job or even at home with their family and their friends.
Well, they should.
They should, because y'all are all amazing. But if this is the only like happy place that they have, I am so just thrilled to be a part of it with you guys.
Are you happy to be a part of their happy place?
I am. Sharing your story and your journey, 100%, we should all be doing this. And I'm going to challenge all of y'all to, at some point this month, before the end of the month, I would love, love, love for you to go live on your personal page and share your story. And if you think that you don't have a story, you're completely wrong. Even if your story is, I joined for a discount and now look at where I am, or I joined for a discount and I don't have a team, but I love that I get paid off of my obsession. Literally, like that is all that if that's what your story is, and that's what your story is, there's no wrong story is what I'm getting at. You don't have to have a tearjerker of a story. You don't have to have earned all the things. Maybe those are your goals to earn trips and incentives and things like that. Share that. It doesn't have to be what, what you've only experienced, especially if you're super new. But I promise you, people are watching you. And even if they don't comment, people are watching you. I know you want to say something. Give me a second.
Especially on that.
What?
So that point of sharing your story and your journey, right? Don't think that that is a sense the only thing, right? Like professional recruiting companies have their recruiters do that, right? You look at any given hospital that is out, as they call it, headhunting, if you'll forgive the turn of phrase, looking to bring in doctors and whatever else. They'll have a recruiting team that will actually initially reach out to the doctor, and then they will link that doctor up with one of their more senior doctors there at the hospital and have that doctor share their story and why they joined that hospital. You look at the Army and recruiting, that's one of the things that Army recruiters, Navy recruiters, etc., do right off the rip when they bring somebody in, is they sit down and they explain in detail who they are, where they've been, what they've done, the cool stuff that they've learned because of their time, being with their branch of service, whatever it may be. Sharing your story is exceptionally important, right? Making sure that people know like why you joined and all that it has done for you, and show some of that journey that you've done, because people don't join whatever organization
they can
sponsoring
join
for.
anybody.
They join because of you.
Yep.
They want what you have.
They're not
right?
joining Scentsy, they're
is-
joining you.
This is that concept of like, it's kind of like keeping up with the Joneses, right? Like, you want what the neighbor has got, right? Like jealousy is a thing. It's a real thing. But they don't necessarily want the house you've got, the car you drive, the money in your bank account. They want your experience. They want that.
Maybe somebody
that
just needs
feeling of fun,
friendship.
and involvement, etc. Right, exactly.
Mhm.
They want that thing that you have.
Yep.
So what is it you've got? You've got a company that you work with and for. You've got your own business. You've got unlimited earning potential, and you've got something that you enjoy doing. Like Katrina says all the time, this is her happy place. That otherwise she wouldn't do this, right?
Yep.
She loves you guys. She loves working with you guys. She loves being able to lead you guys, right? This is her happy place. Trust me, I know. I bring her the opposite direction regularly.
Stop it. No, you don't. Oh my God, no.
But no,
Jesus.
really, like, yeah, like people join because they want whatever it is you've got. So what have you got?
Show them. You have to
Take a
tell
few
them.
minutes
You have
and
to
go
tell
show
them,
them.
and you have to show them what you have.
Take a couple of minutes, sit down, figure out exactly what that is, and then go share it with the whole damn world. Tell
So maybe you
everybody.
haven't earned all of the trips yet. Maybe you haven't
But it's coming.
built the biggest team yet.
But it's
Maybe you
coming.
haven't earned all the awards yet.
That's coming too.
But like maybe you have found lifelong friends
Mhm.
and a community of people who just understand you and get it. Maybe you have found your outlet to get away from your everyday craziness of being a mom or being a wife or a pet mom or whatever it is that you are.
Oh my God, you love little wax cubes that make the house smell wonderful? So do I. Can I join?
See,
Yes.
I wish I could mute him and not mute me. I'm sorry, y'all.
I
Be done.
love you.
I
love you.
I love you too.
Okay.
Your list of 100 and networking constantly. I feel like Nikki has hit on this so much with you guys recently about networking. Just constantly being branded, having your card on you, having samples on you, just not being afraid to, when someone says, oh, what do you do? Please, for the love of all things Scentsy, do not go, oh, I just sell Scentsy. Don't say just. Quit putting just in front of that. That's like someone saying, I'm just a stay-at-home mom. Girl, bye. No, I'm a stay-at-home mom. That's fine. You can say that.
No,
don't say just.
Domestic engineer.
Yeah, he likes to say that. But I promise I wasn't hitting him. I was scratching my leg.
She's hitting me.
I just realized it looked like I was hitting you.
Don't let her lie to you. She beats me.
And having a system for setting up new team members for success. Okay. Obviously, this is only going to apply to people who want to build a team. But having a good onboarding system. And honestly, if you're super new, that more than likely falls back on your director. It is something that you should be focusing on too, but don't think that you have to do it on your own, is my point. It shouldn't fall 100% on your director. But if you're new, please don't think that like, oh my gosh, I have to train this person all by myself. No. We're all here to help you welcome your new teamie, get them on the right path to success. I promise. Otherwise, we wouldn't do these kind of meetings and trainings for you guys. Seriously, we'd be like, oh, best of luck, have fun. I'm gonna sit back and put my feet up and collect a paycheck. No, we're not a pyramid scheme. We don't do that. We actually help everyone. No, we can't do that. No. The third leg of success is coaching. Again, this is only for if you have a team. So just very quickly, systems for team members to be successful. Some of those things are like having a YouTube channel, a team drive, where we all share our knowledge and things like that. Having a team page. Once you become a superstar consultant, that's when we like to talk more about all that stuff with you guys. When you hit director, that's when we're like really nudging you like, hey, do a YouTube channel. Do you know why? Do you know why we do a YouTube channel? It's not because YouTube pays us, because they don't. I wish they did. It'd be amazing. But it's because you get to a certain point in leadership where you find yourself repeating things over and over and over again. And it's really great to just go, oh my gosh, I just did a training on that here. And you can send someone the link for that. You can have a YouTube channel without it being public, where only the people who have the links to certain videos can actually see those videos. That's like the best perk to having a YouTube channel. And they don't have to be pretty videos. You don't have to have your makeup done. You don't have to have a ring light. You don't have to have any of that stuff. I am in shitty military housing with awful lighting right now. I have no makeup on. My hair was brushed this morning. That's it. And I'm in a freaking Christmas sweatshirt. Like, what's important is the content that I'm talking to you guys about. It's not how I look. If you're here because you care about how I look, then like, that's on you.
Well, I'm here because you're hot.
Stop it. And yes, if you are a director, you 100% should be having your own team meetings for sure. Where am I at? Using a coaching system. These are things that you'll learn. Please don't think that like, if you just all of a sudden have a team blow up overnight and you go from a team of two, you and one person, so to a team of 2 to a team of 10, that you're just expected to know all the things. That's what your upline's here for. Like, I don't ever want anyone to think that they're left like just on their own, that they don't know what they're doing. Go to your director, ask them, how should I be doing this? What should I be doing with this person? Chances are we've done a training or two on it and we're able to direct you into the right direction on those things. That's why we love to tell you guys about Guide to Growth, Coach the Coach program, the AIM program. Just, there's so many phenomenal programs. You just have to be willing to put in the work to learn these systems. But they're like tried and true. Like they work. There's a reason no one's recreated Guide to Growth yet, because that program that Chloe and Justin put together was a game changer for a lot of us. A lot of us promoted to a director because of that program. And a lot of us have watched it and participated in it more than once, more than twice too. So exactly, if we don't know what advice to give you, we know someone who does have that advice. We know where to point you in the right direction, because being a great leader has nothing to do with knowing everything. None of us know everything. We don't, none of us know like all the things, but we know what direction. I'm gonna smack you. Oh, we all know like what direction to put you in to get the right answers for stuff. So yeah, creating videos to train your team. We talked about that. Challenging your downline to hit or exceed goals. What I love about our team right now, our whole group, is that there are so many of y'all that are literally lead consultants who are challenging your whole director's team. I'm on, I want to say everybody's team pages, I think. And if you're super new, I'm just your upline star director. I think I'm on every director's page almost. And I love seeing like lead consultants throwing out team challenges on their directors' pages. It's amazing. You don't have to be a director to challenge your team, to challenge the people that you're with. And it's as simple as like, it's just like a healthy competition. Like, let's see who can sell the most whiff boxes this month. Let's see who can sponsor the most people this month. Let's see who can get the most no's this month. I know that's one of Nikki's favorites, is the Go for the No challenge.
Mhm.
Who can get the most no's, or who can get 100 no's first? Like, go for the no. That I love that challenge. Connecting with your team and doing incentives. That is like a personal thing on what some leaders like to do. You do what you can afford. And like, literally, even if the incentive is like, you get to be, your name gets to be huge on the team page banner, like that's a huge incentive and it costs zero money. Postcards in the mail. We love to send you guys our PRV cards. It's a postcard stamp, or at the most, it's a forever stamp, right? The last thing that I'm going to hit on is, oh yes, before I hit on self-care, anyone can be an accountability partner with anyone. I'm not a fan of saying that it should be someone that's the same title as you. I've had accountability partners who have zero desire to build a team, but they're an accountability partner with me for a different reason. I have accountability partners who are SSDs. I have accountability partners who are lead consultants, superstar consultants, other directors, other star directors. It is literally whoever you click with, someone who's going to hold you accountable. And you can have multiple accountability partners too. So the last thing that I'm going to hit on is self-care. I'm going to step on some toes with this. Not necessarily that self-care is a reward, because it's not. Self-care is not a reward. But I do think that when it comes to the 3 legs of success, when it comes to this stool, self-care shouldn't come first. Your PRV needs to come first, 100%.
Yep.
Because if you spend your whole month focusing on self-care and, oh, I'm doing all these things for me and self-care, your business is just going to fall apart. It's going to crumble. So it's not necessarily that self-care is a reward, because it's not a reward. I'm also someone who's very big on, like, a hot shower is not self-care. That's a basic necessity. Okay. Eating a meal is not self-care. That is a basic necessity. I'm sure some people will argue with me and say, no, but like a really like nice long hot shower with no kids banging on the door. Like, no, that's not self-care. You should be getting that anyways. You should be. What are you raising your hand for?
If we got any military wives that happen to be watching, I'm sure that their husbands will turn around and say, yeah, you know what, a hot shower, yeah, that can be a luxury.
Well, for the military, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna knock you out. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me.
Oh, okay.
But at the same time, I know that to some people, like for me, self-care, like drop what your self-care is in the chat for me, please, because I know for me, my self-care is getting my nails done every 2 weeks, getting my eyebrows waxed. But I know that there's some people that are like, they could give 2 shits about getting their nails done or their eyebrows waxed, right? I don't know. There's something about getting my eyebrows waxed. It just instantly makes me feel pretty. Okay, Nikki, taking a nap twice a week. Like, just being able to take a nap. That's her self-care, because she knows that if she's mentally exhausted and physically exhausted, she's not gonna be able to do anything good for her business, for her team, nothing.
Meditation and getting grounded. I did that.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
What else did I miss? Nails, pedicure, hair, getting your hair done. Yes. It's not always like going to the spa and stuff for some people. Maybe your self-care is treating yourself to Starbucks. Treating yourself to Starbucks and using your Scentsy card and knowing that you didn't have to touch like your family money, your bank account money. You were
nothing like fresh grass to make you feel like a bed.
Yep.
I'm not going to say that word.
Reading a book. Yep. Jen said reading too.
So look, we can understand, I can see from the chat that everyone here has got a great idea of what self-care means to them. And absolutely, it's 100% important. But Katrina made probably the most important comment on it right at the very beginning. Self-care is important, yes, but your PRV takes precedence. You can do all the self-care in the world, but if you can't pay your rent next month, self-care goes out the window real quick. Just saying.
And maybe
Now,
that's why some people view certain self-care things as luxuries. Maybe some people do, like, like getting my nails done. Like, yeah, if I didn't have the extra money to do that, I wouldn't be sitting here arguing with my husband, trying to justify it into our budget that, like, but I have to because it's self-care. No, there's way other things. Listening to podcasts every day, find a training to listen to every day, reading, trying to say this without offending Jennifer, reading non-smut books. No, no, I love you, Jen. Oh, she's not the only one, Jesus. I read them too, but I'm just saying, like, actually feeding your brain. Oh, well, whatever. Couponing without the kids. Okay, like that's really that. I love that one. Couponing without the kids. Maybe your self-care is going to the grocery store without your kids. Maybe it's just going shopping without the kids. Like, yes, you still need to go shopping, but sometimes, yes, stop it, Jennifer, whatever. Yes, we do have someone, I won't say her name on the call. I won't say her name on here because this is going to go on YouTube. But we do actually have someone in the group who writes those. So just saying, way to call yourself out, girl.
Wow.
So, but just what Heather said earlier, she typed it while Bart was talking. It's not all bubble baths and pedicures and going to the salon. Self-care is whatever brings you peace. So if that is taking a nap, if that is meditation, if that is listening to a podcast, honestly, if self-care is making samples for you because Scentsy is legit like that much of a freaking happy place for you, then that's what it is for you. My self-care isn't going to be what your self-care is, and vice versa. Like, just period. But spending quality time with your family, taking a break to relax, recharging, doing something that brings you joy, practicing gratitude and kindness and speaking positive affirmations. I know that I don't do that. Does anybody do that? Because it's something we should all do. Something that I love that SSD Anya Faust does is she looks at herself every morning in the mirror and tells herself, she pumps herself up and tells herself that she's a bad bitch every single day. Every single day. Be your own hype squad. Be your own hype squad.
Or if you're like me, do the exact opposite. I go out in the garage to lift weights. I look myself in the mirror, tell myself that I'm a fat turd and I need to get off my butt and do more work. Like, whatever works for you, right? Like that. Yeah, like whatever's going to get you motivated. But motivation is what it is. We've been down that road before.
Done with you.
What? It's what I do.
But I feel like Heather put it in the chat perfectly. It's whatever brings you joy, whatever brings you peace. Your self-care it's whatever it is to you. So when you are ever in a rut with, I'm going to stop the screen share. If you're ever in a rut with what you should do for your business, I literally want you to just go back to the basics, go back to the 3 legs of success. And it does require some self-reflection of when you can sit there and go, okay, my PRV has not been great. Okay. When's the last time you did a party? When's the last time you did an event? When's the last time you did a fundraiser? When's the last time you did follow-ups? You have to be honest with yourself. If you're sponsoring, it's not that great. When's the last time you had joint conversations? When's the last time you shared anything that wasn't like, hey, you should buy this, here's my link. When's the last time you shared recognition email? When's the last time you took a picture of being on training and shared that like, hey, this is training that we get, that not all direct sales does this. Some people sign up for other companies and they are literally left on their own. We don't do that in Scentsy, period, but especially in Empowering Sense, we don't do that. If your team is maybe you're struggling to connect with your team, when's the last time you literally just asked your team, even if you only have 1 or 2 people under you, when's the last time you like just hung out with them and had a conversation with them, find out what they want from you as a leader, not as a friend, but as a leader? When's the last time you just asked them that? It's okay. I'm a big believer in transparency with your team. You guys know that because I do it with you guys all the time. I'll let you know when I'm having a bad day and I need to reschedule something, or, I'm just not feeling it, especially if this pregnancy has been kicking my butt. But like, just be transparent and communicate with your team, be transparent and communicate with your customers. And that literally just shows like your authenticity. And that's one of Scentsy's core values, is authenticity. Just be you. Don't try to be somebody else. And then, that final piece of the 3 legs is the self-care. Make sure you're taking time to, pour back into yourself, because you can't constantly have things be draining you if you're not feeling back into yourself.
I highly recommend a hot shower.
A hot shower. I think I'm going to take a hot shower when I get off of here. I am.
Self-care.
Yeah.
Basic necessity or self-care? Pick one.
I told you already
Both.
how I feel about that. A hot shower to me is a basic necessity, but I mean, now if you need to stand under the hot shower for 30 minutes straight, literally just staring at the ceiling, and that's your self-care, then girl, that's your self-care. Because we've all had showers like that. I know we have.
Also, if you've got a water heater that lasts that long, please tell me what brand it is so I can recommend it to the army.
So I am going to stop the recording. Oop, that is not the stop button. See, look, I almost hung up on y'all again. Good Lord.